Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the DC Universe Classics Signature Collection, Poison Ivy. So this is a long-anticipated character to hit the DC Universe Classics line, and it was one of the big selling points of Mattel's subscription for the Club Infinite Earth's DC Universe Classics line. So, now that she's finally here, is she worth it? Let's check her out. Poison Ivy comes in the now standard window box packaging that fully showcases the figure within and utilizes the new Signature Collection logo up at the top. On the side and the back of the packaging has some beautiful artwork of the Poison Ivy character, along with a bio to go along with it. Alright, so let's take a look at the figure outside of the packaging. So the colors on this figure are very bright and, unfortunately, not quite as detailed as I hoped they would be. The dark green of her actual outfit does have a little bit of shading going on, but for the most part, it seems to be just a solid dark green, while her skin tone is a very light green that almost looks like glow-in-the-dark style plastic, but it's not. It's just a very, very light green, and there really isn't any sort of shading or anything like that going on, so unfortunately, she looks a little bland to me. Now, one area where the paint is very nice is in her hair. Her hair is very long and wavy, and it's a dark, deep red with a nice amount of shading in there. Plus, mixed in throughout the hair are some nice green leaves. So it is a very cool touch, and the hair really does make the figure stand out. Now, to help kind of break up the blandness of the light green, she does have these dark green vines that are wrapped around both her forearms and her left leg. Now, the cool thing about that is these are removable pieces of plastic, so you can pop those off of the figure if you want to. You can find different ways to kind of mishmash them, combine them, put them on different parts of the figure, or even use them as little weapons for her. Unfortunately, this is the only accessory Poison Ivy comes with. Gone are the Collect and Connect figure pieces, of course, in this new series, and Poison Ivy here does not come with any other accessories whatsoever. Even if she did come with accessories, she wouldn't be able to hold them because both of her hands are sculpted closed in fists. And this is something else I'm not sure I'm too fond of with this figure because it seems a little out of character for Poison Ivy. I think open hands would have been a little bit better because then you could have posed her calling on her plants or maybe with her hands on her hips, because Poison Ivy has always been known as a more sexual character, and I know this is going to sound a little weird saying this about a toy, but this figure does need to be a little sexier. One thing I do like is she is barefoot. You'll notice she's not wearing any boots, and she does have individually painted toenails on both feet, which are the same dark color as the vines and the outfit that she's wearing. Now, as far as her articulation goes, the head is able to turn left and right and move slightly up and down. The long hair does hinder the left and right movement a tad. She has ball-like joints in the shoulders, so you can move up and down, forwards, backwards, swivels at the biceps, single joint in the elbow, swivel at the wrist. She has a torso-cut articulation, which is basically like her waist swivel, but it's more in her midsection there. She has hinge-like joints at the thighs, so she can do the splits. She can move forwards and backwards. She has thigh-cut articulation for a swivel, single joint at the knee, and a standard ankle joint for up and down movement. So it's a decent amount of articulation and pretty standard for DC Universe Classics, and you can get her in some good poses. Again, the only problem goes back to the fact that she has closed fists, so, I mean, really all you can do is make it look like she's ready to fight somebody, or, you know, she's got her fist closed and clenched in anger. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is your Poison Ivy figure for DC Universe Classics. Now, Poison Ivy is one of my favorite Bat villains, and it's a figure I've been longing to add to my Batman shelf ever since DC Universe Classics started. So, part of me is very happy to finally have a Poison Ivy figure. On the other hand, I am slightly let down by this figure. I, again, don't like the closed fists. I wish she had open hands so that she can do some better, more accurate Poison Ivy characteristic poses with her. And, again, sounds kind of weird, but this figure definitely seems to be lacking a little bit of sex appeal that the Poison Ivy character should have. Also, the fact that we are still lacking accessories and everything like that, it is kind of a bit of a sting since these figures are so much more expensive now. But otherwise, that's it, guys. That's your Poison Ivy figure, and I think there's definitely going to be some mixed reactions on this one. Now, if you were not subscribed to the Club Infinite Earth subscription and you didn't get on Matty Collector on sale day, which was October 15th, you've probably already missed out on this figure because she was a pretty quick sellout. So, it's out there. And if you want it, you're going to have to do some hunting. So happy hunting, and until next time.